Hello everyone. Today we're going to be looking at the Mitutoyo Digimatic calipers. This is a product I got from Amazon, which is supposed to be really high-end calipers that I plan to use for making 3D models and measuring real-world objects. There are definitely cheaper calipers out there, but I wanted a nice set, especially a larger set, because the ones I normally get are really short and they run out of length. So today we're going to be looking at this. Thank you for joining Graybeard 3D today. So let's get started. All right. So these calipers, they are model number 500-197-30. We're going to open these up today. I opened the package to verify it was real, but everything else is more or less untouched. So you can see how they come from the factory. Everything that is in here indicates that these are genuine and these are not the fakes. There are a lot of fakes out there, so be careful when buying Mitutoyo calipers. I'm John from Graybeard 3D, and Graybeard 3D right now, my major project on the web is to catalog all the different 3D filaments that you can buy by color, and I have actual photos of the filaments that as they are printed, so you can see what everything is. So if you're ever looking for a filament, you can use my website to find it. I don't charge anything for it, and some of the links are affiliate links, but more or less it's a free site to use. And I say some are affiliate links because not everybody gives me affiliate codes. Let's go ahead and switch to a view of the calipers here. So here's the box as it came. It is taped on one side. It has a, let me get it on camera, it has a serial number there. Hi Kit, welcome back. And Shalom, you're still cooking. You didn't say much last time though, Shalom. So right on the side it has a label and it had some tape here. And I said earlier I opened the tape to verify that these were real because I had to check before my return window. The box has a Mitutoyo on the side and more or less a relatively simple design. Looks similar to a lot of other caliper type boxes I've seen. All right, so opening it up, right here it looks like we have a stapled together battery, some info card. Under that looks to be different notices and warnings, and it looks like a rather lengthy fold-out user manual. So that's all that. And the battery type, and this is supposedly important, is SR44SW. The fakes, from what I'm told, do not have the SR44SWs. They might have an LR44 or something else like that. The battery also says Mitutoyo on it there in the label. And on the actual physical battery, it just says that it's made in Japan by Seiko. So that's the battery, that's the card. Next we have a certificate of inspection. There's a photocopied signature there, and what I've been told is they used to be pen signed and now they are photocopy signed, and these are just thrown into the box now. But from everything else I've seen, this is supposed to be the legit. Now here's the actual calipers. Feel pretty hefty compared to some of my others. Let me grab a different pair. I do not have fake Mitutoyos. I kind of wish I did, so I can compare the two side by side for you. But I do have some other calipers. I was hoping to find my halfway decent pair. But this is my super cheap pair I got for free, which you can tell why I got them for free. Well, one, it only has one decimal place, which really is limiting. And they go up to 150 millimeters. These Mitutoyos go up to 200 millimeters down there. So let's go ahead and get this open and we'll look closer at these. All right, these are pretty hard to open. The bag is hard to rip. All right, we'll set that down. There is this piece of paper in here. That paper has a chemical on it, and you should not touch that paper. Supposedly it's bad to touch, it's unhealthy. It looks rather innocuous, but I have been told you should not touch that paper. So they give you a little thing on here that says first what to do. And so I'll go ahead and get that done, and I believe it's about inserting the battery. So step one is to put in the battery, and let me pull that off. So those are the steps. Step one is to insert the battery. Now the real ones should not have a battery pre-installed, and this one does not. It should only have the battery that's in the package that it comes with. I bought these off of Amazon, and I didn't even think at first that it could be, there were a lot of fakes out there, but supposedly this is a real problem. So we'll go ahead and put the battery in. Go ahead and put the cover on it. The cover snaps pretty nicely there. All right, so step two is to close it, and it is closed. And step three is to hold the origin for greater than 1 second. So there's origin, and we will hold that for greater than 1 second. All right, and we have all zeros. Nice. So sliding it feels pretty firm. It does not feel as easy to push and pull as some of my other calipers. The back here has a nice little label with, looks like serial numbers and whatnot, and CE mark. I've been told that some of the CE marks coming out of China stands for China export. This one hopefully does not stand for China export. So it does tell you how to set the origin. It does have the model number on the back. It has the serial number. It does tell you to use a SR44. So everything else is in there. It does have the US patents on it. There are the fine adjustment screws in there. I don't think you should ever touch those. And of course this top piece helps you lock in case you're taking a measurement and you don't want it to move. It does have clear markings at the bottom or on the scale to tell you what the measurement location is at. It has millimeters and inches on there. And at the end it is marked Absolute AOS Digimatic. So yeah, this all together looks very well made. Looks a lot different than this one. This one doesn't have any adjustment screws on it. It doesn't have a locking screw on it. It seems to have all the same sort of notions to it. It doesn't have a spinny thumb wheel on it, which is also helpful. It's quite easy to slide. So the Mitutoyos I might use in the office here, but these I might still use as like a field set. Maybe that's bad, but they've been okay for me. So yeah, I'm very excited about this purchase. I can't wait to use them. I hope I've showed you the any sort of details to look for if you get a set of Mitutoyos, in case you're curious about them. I like the 2-digit accuracy on it. So you have the thumb wheel at the bottom. Let me try to rotate this camera some without getting you have the thumb wheel at the bottom so you can do precise measurements and get it into position there. Of course you have your display there. You can switch from millimeters to inches. So there's your inches, and inches are measured in very, very small fractions. You have a 0 and an ABS button, and you have the on-off button. I don't know if it times out. Just looking at some of the functions there, seeing how it behaves when it's turned on and off. Back to 0 there. So if we were measuring something common to measure might be a thickness of a filament. Let me see, I have a piece of filament right here. So let me go back to millimeters. Come on. The millimeter button is a little bit difficult to press. The unit button, I should say, a little bit difficult to press. It's kind of inset a little bit more than all the other buttons. The other buttons protrude quite a bit, but that millimeter inch unit button does not. So there we go. There's the measurement I get off of that. I put a little bit of pressure on the thumb wheel there just to make sure it's locked in. And since this is round here, I use the sharp end of it. I don't know if that's appropriate, but that's how I typically do it. Now I rotate it a little bit, and this filament on a different axis is 1.71. So it looks like it depends which way you rotate the filament. It can have different kind of measurements. So it's not really round, it's more like an oval. It's not what I intend to do with this now. I just clamped it down and it went to negative 0.2, 0.1, 0. So a little bit of variance in there. Maybe if I hold the origin button for over a second, I can get it back to zeros. So interesting. Yeah, I'm very excited about this. The plastic on the controls feels very nice, very well molded. Everything looks really sharp there. There aren't any flaws with the moldings or anything like that. So very awesome. I hope this helped somebody. If you don't know how calipers work, I suggest get a pair and play with them. They're a lot of fun. You have all sorts of measurements you can do with them. I might make a video on the different ways I use them. However, this is not what this video is for. This is just to show off the Mitutoyo's absolute Digimatics here with the 200 millimeter measuring width, which is really nice when you're trying to, let me show you how wide that gets. When you're trying to measure certain things, sorry for the camera shake, it gets really nice and wide compared to your typical 150s, which I have right here, which I lost the battery to. So that's your typical set and this larger set. So all right. Thank you everybody for joining the stream. Let me go ahead and transition back to this. Why is that not transitioning? There we go. Thank you for joining the stream. I hope you like the unboxing of the Mitutoyo calipers. I've been looking forward to owning a pair of these forever. They're definitely not cheap, but I wanted something really good because I tend to well, the other ones tend to break on me, and it might just be the way I'm using them, or they just might be because they're $30 calipers versus these. So I look forward to using these and hopefully get even more feedback on this. So far, I'm impressed with the quality of it, the way it feels. The markings are very bright and easy to read, and yeah, it's at least at least the nicest set I've owned so far. So thank you very much for watching. Everybody have a good day.